All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Versatility Podcast. And I'm your host, Juelz. It is currently 3 a.m. at night, but we got to do what we got to do to get these videos out or, podcasts out for y'all. Don't worry, YouTube is coming soon for this. I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna be flat out honest with y'all. But that's neither here or there. But today, this is episode 13, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong on that at all. But yeah, so this is episode 13, and I'm here with my good friend. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Man, so I'm Kejuan, man. I've been a close friend with you, not too long, but it's been long enough, right?
Something
And
like that. Something like
something
that.
like that. Yeah, man. So I'm a communication major, man. I'm a sophomore in college. I play college football as well. So I'm just doing this podcast with you. We both communication majors. So I think we helping one another, you know what I'm saying? We talked about that earlier. So we helping one another in this aspect. I needed the experience. We needed some content. We came together. We making something happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't act like I'm finna like pay him like it's an internship or anything.
Man,
Like I ain't built like that yet.
right.
But like it's something slight. You know what I'm saying, bro? But
I'll be first in line for sure.
yeah,
I'm you waiting.
yeah. But yeah, I got him on here today, and we're just gonna get right into it. This is gonna be the news today. As usual, start off with that. So there's only one thing on the agenda for this today. So I don't know if you guys know about this at all because I feel like it's kind of being put a little bit under the radar. But the George Floyd Policing Bill, that's basically Biden made a deadline for the anniversary of George Floyd's death, May 25th, for this policing bill to be met. But it wasn't met, as you can tell, because we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Some of the proposals in the bill include banning chokeholds, lessening the impact of police unions, i.e., like qualified immunity for officers as a defense to liability against an officer in a private civil action case. And this, which is something the Democrats are really focusing on at the moment. Basically, it's to prevent and stop racial profiling at the state, local, and federal levels.
Hmm.
Great thing for us Black people because, I mean, George Floyd is Black. George Floyd policing bill is just to put the emphasis on it and kind of like build off the momentum that's been happening for like the last year because it's been a year and 5 days since George Floyd has died. Because it's May 30th at the moment.
Hmm.
And this is, like I said, it's a great thing for Black people, and we should be grateful that it's actually made it this far because it actually has passed the House on a party line vote of 220 to 212 on March 3rd, which was 2 months ago. Um, Even though we know that if it was for another race, which it's America,
Way
then it
faster,
would
right?
have been passed already. Like the Asian hate crimes bill that was passed, like that, like it's we know what it is.
Right.
Yeah. But what do you have to say about that, man?
Man, you almost hit it on the head for me, man. Like when it comes to black people, I mean, I feel like as we know, America was not built on any laws that was beneficial for us.
Not at all.
It was policing was not built in any way for us. So I mean, for them to pass a law or a bill, we supposed to clap our hands for something that should have been passed already. They should have been doing these exact things for our people. You know what I'm saying? And they give us this bare minimum because we had no justice at all. We think it's such a large leap. You know what I'm saying? It's such a big step. But really, in all actuality, these is things and these is privileges that we should have been had. And then we, at the same time, we have to thank God for people like George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Even though he died, God bless him. But like, it takes us to constantly protest and repost and mind you, you know what I'm saying? This bill is getting passed. Like you said, it was in March, so possibly 9 months after his death. You know what I'm saying? And you get bills passed for Asian hate crimes a month after it happened. You know what I'm saying? So for us,
Well, let's get that. Asian hate crimes were happening for a while,
right, right.
but it came to a head
Exactly.
later than it did for us. But yeah, I get what you're
So,
saying.
I mean, you know, and that's the thing. Like any type of hate has always been around. You know what I'm saying? For anybody, everybody has some sort of hate towards any race. Okay, we could put that there. But when it comes to the black race as a whole, when it comes to a black race specifically, we're always on like the dead end of things. You know what I'm saying? We always on like the background. We always in the background, and it's always something that they try to brush over. When you hear it in the news, it's brushed over. You know what I'm saying? Social media brushed over, and it's just the fact that like you were saying, you know, this is a law that was voted on 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's just now getting put into formation 2 months later.
Because it has to pass pass the House, so it has to pass the
Right.
Senate. The
Right.
Senate next, and that's that's where they're having the issues at the moment.
It's not
And
even
it's
passed
you
yet.
hate to see it, bro. You really do
Yeah,
just hate to
for
see
sure. So I mean, it's like you were saying, bro. It's like it's what you said exactly. We hate to see it, bro.
you hate to see it, bro.
Exactly. I can't put it no other way for sure. So it's like, bro, you know, all we can do is really thank God for the progress, but at the same time, we just got to keep fighting, keep going hard. And you know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, man, it's like sometimes it get worse before it get better. That's true, but I feel like as a black race as a whole, we didn't went through our worst. You know, it needs to be better from here for sure.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a more of an emphasis for people of our skin color, black, in case you didn't notice or didn't aren't watching this at the moment. But like to like actually run for these positions of power, and even though your odds of winning are still not that grand and big, they are better than what they used to be.
Right.
And it's really like, of course, we know, like as you said, like we have to like realize that these victories are not as big as they are, but at the same time, like you said, also we have to be grateful for the progress that we have made. And I feel like that gets undermined a bit too much, but at the same time, it gets stated at the same time. And you have to find that median of being like, we did it, and then be like, job's not done. Kind of like how, Giannis like said the other day before they swept the Heat, technically yesterday, he was like, job's not done. Then guess what? He swept them. But then at the same time, you got another series next. Now you don't know if you're facing the Nets or the Celtics, even though we know it's probably going to be the Nets. But, like still the job's not done. You have to be grateful for what you have done. You conquered that. But now what's next? Now, what are you going to do to prepare yourself for what's next? Right. And I feel like we as a whole in the Black community, we take too long to celebrate like we spend too much time celebrating these small wins in like a public eye and not too much into like the government eye of like the real legislation. Like we get a lot of recognition through social media, like the NBA putting out these videos and just doing more stuff for HBCUs and all that stuff and all that, which is good. It's great. And that's great progress. But there needs to be more legislative action like the Asians got, like other races have gotten over the years. And we have to make sure we put ourselves in the positions to be able to make those decisions.
I feel like this, we got to look at them people passing them laws. They old white folks.
Definitely.
Let's be real. They old white folks. You feel me? So it's like them the ones who carrying on this racism. You know what I'm saying? Because racism is something that's been passed on. Trauma could be something that's passed on through the blood. You know what I'm saying? But racism is a mentality. It's a lifestyle that someone chooses to live. It's not something that someone is born with. It's a lifestyle you choose to live. So we got these older white folks that's in their 70s, 80s, you know what I'm saying, holding on and trying to carry this make America great again type mentality, you feel me? And it's like, that's what's hindering us, you know what I'm saying? That's what's keeping us under, because like I said, once again, we look at these laws and these laws weren't put here for the empowerment of Black people whatsoever. This country was not made for the empowerment of Black people whatsoever. So when you got these old people that's trying to hold on to this mindset, to this way of living, it's gonna take much more time, bro. Much more time. And like you were saying, I mean, as Black people, we celebrate these short, small victories, true. But at the same time, it's only gonna be only so long before you're happy with getting the short end of the stick. You feel me? And like as the media keeps opening it up, as social media keep opening it up, these people are starting to open up their eyes and realize, okay, you're giving us the bare minimum and expecting us to be happy with it. You go to down Texas Roadhouse and they give you a chicken patty and they tell you every time you got to be happy with it when you know you deserve a steak. And it's like, it's only gonna be so long before you go in that mug and you're gonna keep me happy with it, Jew. Oh,
man, so use the Texas Roadhouse analogy.
You feel me? So it's like, bro, I want a steak, man. I want something juicy. I want a steak. I want y'all to pass some. I need y'all to do something. You feel me? So that's what I mean, bro. Like Black people, man, it's like we have a lot of people that starting to open their eyes. And like you were saying again, the odds of somebody running. And I'm gonna go back to Kamala Harris. I believe that's how you say her name, correct? Kamala Harris, Black female vice president. Such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. It truly is. But you have these Black people that do get power with white mentalities, right?
That's true. That's true.
So
that's true.
You
that's
can
true.
be white. I mean, you could be a Black person by skin, but you can be whitewashed by the mind. So, and what benefit does it? What are you doing anything for me besides being symbolism? You know what I'm saying? Because that's simply all you're being is symbolism that I'm supposed to be happy with and be like, you feel me? Clap it up. She won for sure. Yeah. Woman power, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with you on that. But it's like you can't sit here and be like, I'm here for the Black people. But up here upstairs, you for the white folks. You feel me? So it's like we look at Joe Biden, bro. You feel me? And a lot of people don't know, like when it comes to this 3-strike law, Joe Biden helped write that. You feel me? So we got somebody that's incarcerated or was responsible for writing something to incarcerate so many of our Black men, but yet again, it's supposed to be sitting next to someone that claims that she's for Black power. That's not making sense. You feel me?
You see, I'm at a with Biden and Kamala Harris, I'm at a in between with them. Like I see what they have done, right? And then like especially when it came to the presidential race, I saw what they had done, right. And then I saw what was on the other side, and I was like,
but you gotta keep this in account,
you know, I had I'm just saying, like if I had to choose between the two, I was like, I'm going with Biden and Kamala because although they both have shaky pasts, I see what they're doing right now, and I feel like Biden, even though like whatever could be happening on the dark side, because I know it's politics. I know that, like you know, because I'm a communications major, and I even though I just started this last semester, like I can read between the lines, and I've been able to do that for a while thanks to my parents who've been able to make sure like you always do your own research, but. They have done a pretty darn good job considering everything. Like they pushed for things, like they said, like even though of course the policing bill for Black people should have been passed a while ago, that's not exactly their fault because we knew it was going to be hard to pass it regardless. And so I feel like they don't deserve as much like crap as a lot of people, especially Black people, give them. But at the same time, I feel what you're saying too, because it's like, hey man, Dana got PTSD from what you already did to us. So like you really gonna have to make it up now. But I feel you on that though.
But you gotta understand this. The first 100 days for a president is when they're able to do that's when they're gonna do the most significant work out of the 4 years. Their first 100 days is when they're gonna pass as much as they can. Now take that into account. You have a country that's going to get through a pandemic. Mind you, we're one of the slowest countries recovering from the pandemic. You got other countries that's back fully functioning, right? Back fully doing everything that they need to do.
That's because you don't enforce our regulations enough, though. That's really what it is.
Right. So you have a country that's barely recovering from this pandemic, and you're in your first 100 days. So now all I had to do is really feed the people temporarily, giving them what they need to give them this insurance of things that they already should have had, right? To make them feel like I'm on their side. Because truthfully, in that first 100 days, most presidents do the best that they can in that first 100 days. That's the most leniency that they get. So all I can see is, okay, you put out a little bit of healthcare, you know what I'm saying? You gave out some of the stimuluses, you know what I'm saying? Gave out a little food stamps. Yeah, you took care of some of the black people. That's something that you should have been did, correct? Okay, fine. We'll let you have that. So, I mean, it's like, as far as, I mean, we talk about Trump. We talk about Trump so bad. But just being from Milwaukee, now Milwaukee is the second most racist city in America. We're number one in black male unemployment and black male incarceration. You know what I'm saying? So like taking that into account, we had a president in Trump who was kind of iffy. Most agree.
Big iffy.
Big
iffy.
But he had one of the best, unemployment takeoffs in the last probably 3 presidents before him. You feel me?
I think that was built off of Obama before him too, because it was already going too.
It could have been, but at this time, at his turn, that's when the unemployment rate really drops. You know what I'm saying? So he could have took what Obama was making. I'll take it if that's what it was. I didn't specifically look that deep into it. I'm just trying to speak on what I know.
Yeah, definitely. I feel
I'm thankful that he took that and kept it going, despite all the Make America Great Again, how much racist shit we thought he was on. I'm just happy when it comes to that. It's like sometimes with politics, you got to take the meat off the bone, bro. If you help feeding my black people, okay, we cool. You feel me? You're not gonna make me happy on Monday through Friday. You feel me? But if Saturday you can give me a little joy, I'll be cool with that. Because politics, you ain't for me anyway. So it's like shit. I gotta take what I can get from you. So
that's like that goes both ways still though. I feel like because then that's still like you were saying before, getting you on his side at the same time. Which based off what you're saying, you're not, but at the same time, I feel what you're saying.
It's about a side. You gotta pick a side with politics. Period.
That's the issue. But that's the issue. The issue is that you should not have to pick a side. You pick topics that you agree on, and then you separate from it. That's what it's supposed to be.
But once again, Jew, I'm going to speak on what I know. America has one of the oldest and most racist electoral systems in the world.
Of course.
Electoral votes should not be a thing, period. That's the most racist way to set up any country. We are the only country that hasn't evolved in the voting system since it's been begun. We voted in the same way that motherfuckers was voting for George Washington. You feel me? Nothing evolved. You feel me? And that was in a racist state of a world. And we still take that same electoral system and using it in this world that's supposed to be free. That's supposed to be equal. That's supposed to be blacks and whites, or how are we still taking these racist tendencies into this world of freedom, but we're supposed to somehow be content with that? You feel me? So I'm saying, if unfortunately in America, you got to pick a side, you. So I'm saying, if my side is, if the side of Trump was helping my black people as far as jobs, then that's the side I'm gonna have to rock with. Do I mess with you? No, but at the same time, you're benefiting me more than you're hurting me. You feel me? And it might not be me directly, but I see a difference in my people. You feel me? I see a difference in my people. So it's like, and like I said, once again, coming from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the second most racist city in the United States, and the first for black male incarceration and black male unemployment. When I see those things go up for my people that's around me, even if they're not concerned about me the way I'm concerned about them, it's just like I can pick that side up here mentally, because either way they go, they're gonna make me pick a side regardless. You feel me? So if it's affecting my people, then it's affecting me long term, because if these folks ain't hungry, then that mean they ain't hunting. You feel me? If they ain't hungry, that mean my grandma she got a less chance of getting robbed. You feel me? My auntie up the street, she ain't got to worry about somebody kicking her. You feel me? So that's what you got to think about when you're thinking about this economy. So therefore, I'm saying, and then even with these stimuluses, right, that they giving out, okay, this ain't free money. You got to think about this long term. Long term, taxes gonna be at the roof. So,
Depends, but yes, taxes are already gonna go up regardless. It
but
was
I'm
just a matter
saying
of who they're
they
regulating
have to
it
get
to the most.
you got to think about it. They have to get that money back, or the inflation rate is going to go down. The price of the dollar is going to be worth less if so much money is still floating around the economy, Jew. So they're going to have to wait. As much as they give it out, they're going to have to take it back. That's the way currency stays efficient. So therefore, you have to think about that in any way. Because I mean, what other way would they get the money back besides taxes? What other way do they have to get the money back besides taxes? Or the inflation rate is going to go down. The price of the dollar is going to be down. And then most people don't even understand that American money is not backed by gold anymore. So the price of a dollar or the value of a dollar is not worth much anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
George W. Bush took that away from us when he was doing the oil thing. He unbacked the dollar with gold. So it's like U.S. money truthfully is just like a mindset. We think of the dollar as value, but truly it's nothing backing the dollar truly that's making it valuable. So therefore, that's where taxes comes in because they have to make sure the inflation rate doesn't rise. You feel me?
A lot to unpack there, but politics and all that stuff really is a bunch of mess that a lot of people
It's
just
a
messed
rule,
up
bro.
over time,
Yeah,
and
so
it's and but back to my point at the same time though, it's
right,
sad that you have to pick a side. That's the issue. Like that's like I realize that because of my major and because of what I want to do for a living, just in generally speaking, I need to know what's going on and I need to
right,
like understand like these all these different intricacies and all that type of stuff. But
right,
I shouldn't have to choose just like one side is never truly right. And
right.
that's and I wish that people, even if they don't believe in that
Mhm.
mentality, I wish they still wouldn't just fall into it regardless because
Right,
they feel peer pressure to do so in
right,
this society, in
right.
this country specifically,
Mm-hmm.
this racist country built off the backs of black people. And you know,
So,
it really, you can go on and on and on and on and on about this for days, but
do it.
I'm gonna put I'm gonna put a pin in this for now. I'm gonna put a pin in this for now because
Yeah,
there's like that. There's a lot to really unpack here.
you
So
got
I'm gonna
to.
put a pin in this for now,
You
and
got to.
then I'm gonna move on to the next stuff that we got to get into. Because like I said, this is a lot. There's a
We got
lot of stuff,
to.
but no, you made some very valid points. I feel like I made valid points as well. I feel like it's definitely it's a lot. Like it's a lot. Make sure
Yeah,
all I gotta say is the final word. Do your own freaking research,
so,
everybody.
bro, I was just gonna say
Please,
that.
like if what
So,
I say, I believe what I say because of what
yeah,
I've heard and what I've seen and what people told me and what I've seen for myself.
and like,
Kejuan has done this because of what he's learned, what
right,
he's seen, and and vice versa and all that type of stuff. So
man.
please do your research. All right.
And life is about perspective. So the way you feel about it doesn't mean you're wrong because no one else might agree. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about a perspective. So you know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind and definitely do your own research because taking word of mouth, that's what get most people in a predicament where
That
they get
Facebook be going
right,
crazy nowadays.
man, for real, man. Word of mouth be going stupid. So yeah, for sure.
Stupid, man. All right, but yeah, so we gonna get into the next thing. So for all you news today people, if that's your favorite segment or whatever, that's it for that. All right, now we gonna get into some NBA basketball because it's playoff season. But before I get to my Bucks, which have been playing
Our Bucks, man.
amazing basketball, I got to get into a few things that did happen over the week regarding to what happened with those NBA fans, right? Like that was tweaking. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
so the first one is Russell Westbrook got injured and he's walking out the tunnel. This is game 2 of the Philadelphia versus Washington game. And this is at Philadelphia. And for those who know, Philadelphia fans are something. There's something. Like let's just put it like that. And so Russ is walking out the tunnel and somebody pours popcorn on him. When I
Man.
tell you that man Russell Westbrook turned into a he turned into a Negro. He was about to kick his ass. Oh my gosh. It was
It's
oh
like,
my god.
and the thing about it, bro, it's be like they get so mad at NBA players for reacting out of being a human. It's like, bro, people was like, he's just a fan. But that's still a grown man at the
That's
same
a
time.
grown man.
Man, so it's like, bro, like I was saying, like, bro, you gotta hold them fans as accountable as the NBA players. It's just because you're making $1 million, that don't mean I'm supposed to shut my feelings off for somebody pouring popcorn on me.
Exactly. This is their job. They get paid to do this, but this is still a job, just like y'all. This is somebody had said there was like, what if Russell Westbrook walked to your job, looked at you dead in your face, and then threw popcorn in your face? What you gonna do?
Exactly.
You gonna fight him, right? Or you gonna stand up for yourself or something, right?
Exactly.
Like, come on now. And that fan was banned. So guess what? He got what he deserved.
They said they banned, right? If it was an NBA player, he gonna get fined. All right, so if you know what this fan is, I feel like they should be getting.
And he gets suspended potentially too.
You know what I'm saying? This fan needs to be getting a fine or something like that because that fan is banned from that stadium. That fan can go somewhere else and get in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, they're doing something cool, but I feel like, man, they gotta do something more, man, because
it's a hard thing to do. Like, it's like what money do you find them? Like, what exactly do you find them?
Like, if they don't want to pay, almost like a ticket from almost like a ticket from the city, you don't pay it.
So like 600.
I don't know the price. I mean, I would say something reasonable. I can't find them 10,000. Like
yeah, because they don't make that type of money usually.
I ain't gonna do that, but I feel like they need something that's gonna make them think before they do something like that. Because I'm just saying, once again, bro, it's like it's about respect. It's about respect. I understand in Philly, that's cool. I mean, we just talked about also. I mean, I don't know if he was gonna get to the point, but when Kyrie was talking about the racist slander or whatever the case may be, that he was from Boston.
Boston's crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, and then you got people like Marcus Smart that's even saying stuff like, I've heard it before, you feel me? And I was actually watching some analysts on ESPN last night, I believe, that was speaking on it and saying how in Boston it get kind of chippy. But it's like, at what point are these fans going to be held accountable, just like these NBA players are going to be held accountable? Because, I mean, if any of the NBA players were throwing back racist comments to these fans, they're going to be held accountable. The fan is going to be let off the hook, you feel me? But at the same time, they're all grown individuals. So, I mean, I just think that, I think besides the dollar signs, they still need to give them respect as human beings. It's almost like they think when they put that jersey on, they become puppets, bro. You feel me? And I don't know, man. It's just good.
Yeah, and then there are also 2 more incidents, and it's crazy because these all happen on the same day. Like, not the Boston comments, but like the Russ popcorn, and then Trae Young while he's in Madison Square Garden. This was on Thursday, I think. It was Thursday, Friday or Thursday. It was one or the other. No, it was Wednesday, I think. I think it was Wednesday. And basically Trae Young was inbounding the ball, and you can literally, like, if you slow-mo it, you can see the spit touching him. And I think he looked back for a second, like, did that just happen?
It got on 50 Cent wife, you feel me? She kind of jumped, you know what I'm saying? When you see it in the video, I think Trae handled that very, very well. I'm just saying, if I'm that close to a fan and he spit on me, my grandma always told me, man, if you want to ass whoop and spit on somebody, you feel me? Because that's different, bro. That's different. So,
that's built diff.
So I don't know how he held his composure. That's a great example of somebody, doing what they got to do. But, man, I know me personally, we a row apart and you going to spit on me, bro? It's like, geez, I forget.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, bro. Crazy, dog.
Big shout out to Trae, man. Even though I don't like him, but shout out to Trae.
Yeah. And then the last one that happened was John Morant. I don't know if you heard about this one or not. This is Utah, another rowdy and extremely racist fan base. They've been called out. Fans there have been called out numerous times, especially with Russell Westbrook. I don't know what it is, but these these fans hate Russell Westbrook, bro. And it's really crazy. I love Russell Westbrook personally, but that's besides the point. So basically what happened was One of the Jazz fans said to Ja Morant's dad, who was in the stands, because of course I'm gonna watch my son play basketball. Like, what? My son is a superstar, like I'm close to a superstar. So like he said, I'll put a nickel in your back and watch you dance, boy, to another grown man. Okay, no, that's not it though. Then another made a sexually explicit remark to Ja's mom, Jamie. And then a third person also told Ja Morant's mom to shut the F up, B. I think you know what those words that I'm trying to say are. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, Utah fans, get your stuff together, because that's ridiculous. That's literally ridiculous.
Jeez. Like, dang, I'll put a nick on your back and watch you dance.
Yes.
Like, jeez, bro. Like, man. And it's like, once again, to go back to those comments or we were saying earlier, it's like, bro, for people to even still be going around saying this type of shit, bro, it's like, it almost show you how much, like, racism is still alive and well, bro. It's like, you're going to really say that to another grown man that's probably, well, often all them put together, thanks to
And he
his
called him a boy.
Right.
That's some 1950s racism right there.
You feel me? Like, bro, that's a grown man. You calling him a boy? Like, bro, get real, man. Like,
crazy, man. That's insane. But
that one blew me, man.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw it, I was like, this a movie or something? What's going on here, bro?
Yeah, bro. I wonder, did they know they were speaking to his mom and his dad?
No, definitely. They knew exactly who they were speaking to. They knew exactly. I'm not giving them the benefit of a doubt they knew who they were speaking to, bro.
Right. Man, that's, like I said, once again, you bringing this to me, that's something I did not know. And that's, bro, once again, bro, you see, you got so many people that call Black people so vicious and we're this and we're that. And you see people, once again, time after time, really handle themselves, you feel me? Because, like, man, like, me and you both saying, man, there ain't no reason to hell, man, or no way in hell that I would hell my family.
And then the mom, what they said to the mom is just like, bro, just be respectful, bro. Be respectful.
There wasn't no way that man wouldn't have left without no ass, man. You feel me, bro? Man, shout out to his parents, man. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to, man, Russ. Man, it's like, bro, y'all really, as much as they try to down us, you feel me, y'all still showing them, man, you know what I'm saying? We got some sense, you know what I'm saying? We got some sense. So
just think about all the people that like never said anything about what happened to them.
True. Very true.
It's just like racism in the same type of way. Like, like think of all the incidents that we never heard of that are probably way worse than any of the ones, even the worst ones. Like, I'm not downplaying Emmett Till, but like probably stuff that's happened that's way worse than Emmett Till. And just put that in your mind. Stuff happened that was way worse than Emmett Till. Man. Think about that. That's crazy, ain't it? That's insane.
Right.
But we gonna keep it moving though, man. Right, but now I get into real basketball, man. And I think everybody who knows me knows I am a huge Bucks fan. And I was in disgrace the last 2 years, and my L's I've really been L's, I lose 4 straight to Toronto, then you get just massacred in the second round against the Heat. Then my Bucks came back with a vengeance. They said, nah, we want Miami. Right. Then next thing you know, whoosh, 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 sweat them boys. What you talking about, man? I think sweat them boys.
Yeah, man. I think this is the first time. Well, I want to say big shout out to Drew Holiday. I think that we should have been. We probably should have never picked up Eric Bledsoe. I mean, maybe at the time we got him.
At the moment we needed him. At the moment, I will admit we needed him.
Okay, but he shouldn't have been with us no longer than 2 years. Being real.
I agree with that.
Maybe 3 at the most. But for him to stick around at 5 years, 6 years, I believe he was with us, that was unbelievable.
Man.
So to have a true point guard who can come in, score, play great defense, and also facilitate, I think that was a big plus. We got Giannis. I think him stepping up and getting like a kind of a shot will really help him long range. Just how we seen, like once again when you talked about Toronto, how he depended on athleticism, and Toronto kind of gave him something that kind of slowed him down. But once again, man, I was going to say, big shout out to Chris Middleton. I think this is the first time in the playoffs that I've really seen him
do his thing, like really do his thing convincingly. That's the key thing, convincingly and consistently.
Game one, 4 seconds, overtime, man, and he did what he did. I'm like, you know, maybe he on something. So I mean, if he can keep that going, because bro, he ain't never showed up in the playoffs to me, not once.
No,
not once, bro.
Boston, 20, what was that? 18. Boston 2018 he showed up.
22 long. That's what you're trying to say. It was.
You said what?
I said it was 22 long. He should have been stepped up every man. It's not no reason. Listen, the number 2. You the number 2, bro. It's not no reason.
No, like, Drew's number 2. I don't care anybody says.
No.
Drew's number 2, not.
Man, I'm gonna go to your guy, man, Brett Forbes, man.
I told everybody. Let me hold on. Wait, let me read something off real quick, bro. This man, Brent Forbes, 16 of 33 from 3 in the series.
That's great.
What? PJ, Brent Forbes, Bobby Portis, and Drew Holiday were the best acquisitions that we could ask for. We needed toughness, we needed consistent 3 shooting, and we needed a playmaker and another person who can get a bucket and be calm. And we got all that and all 4 of these dudes. And if Drew was plus minus 98 in the series, had a plus minus of 98. Plus minus 98 in the series.
I'm gonna ask you this. Well, I'm gonna comment on one of the biggest pickups I feel like was PJ. Just because I feel like PJ, he bring that dog, man. And I feel like that's something that we needed on our defense. Just because, we have Giannis, but besides Giannis, who we really had that was like a dog that was like playing defense. I mean, at one point, Eric Bledsoe was supposed to be a shutdown, like defensive type point guard. But when he get in foul trouble more than anything, I feel like he, as a starter, that eliminated him out of that ballpark for me. But the other thing about PJ that I feel like that's significant to his game is that corner 3. And that's something that in the Bucks offense, it becomes open a lot.
It's perfect. You know, Brent Forbes had like 3-4 open threes today. I mean, yesterday. And I was just looking like, y'all really gonna leave him open in a corner like 4 times? What's wrong with y'all, bro?
Like it perfectly goes around PJ's strength, which is that corner 3. And then it also helps emphasize his defense. So I definitely think that. And Bobby Portis was another great pickup. But I want to ask you how you feel about Dante, man. You feel me?
Dante,
tell me how you feel. Because I mean, the ligament tear, bro.
We're gonna miss his defense, and that body of his body of work is hustle. Oh, let me go on. Hustle, rebound, defense, and then an occasional make a play with his athleticism / his 3 ball. And he's better than Pat. And I think that we gotta find a way. If Brent Forbes was just a little better defensively, we'd be perfectly fine still. But since he's not, and Dante is much more athletic and much better defense, even though he'll get cooked by Harden and all them, he will still hold his ground enough to where it makes him a little more difficult. And I think we'll miss that. But the great thing about this Bucks team, like you said before, we have the depth. We have the depth to withstand it. Give more minutes to PJ. Don't give too many minutes to Pat Connaughton, please. Don't. Please don't. So look, but we have the body.
But so look, you got the big three starting, right? You got Bring. All right, so you got the big three starting. We got Brook. Brook gonna get a book. So we got Drew, we got Chris, and we got Giannis. Those three in it. So they averaging about 20 to 25 apiece. With them three in the game, it shouldn't be no reason why we should need anybody besides Brook Lopez to truly score. I feel like this gives an open.
Brook scoring 20 a game dang near now because he just get in the paint. You can't guard him in the paint. You can't guard him.
In the old age, he get into it in old age. So I think that leaves a perfect place for PJ to come in. Just saying how he fit in the starting lineup in Houston, just and how they used him being more defensive in the starting lineup than offensive. I feel like he could definitely do that same thing. And I think it will open up more for him as far as that corner three, just because he'll be out there with four other starters that can score over 20 buckets, over 20 points. And then off the bench, we have Bobby Portis, Bryn. And we got Connaughton. You feel me? So true. I feel like we still got another big three that can come in and withstand. If not,
I ain't gonna put Pat in no big three.
Coming off the bench though.
No. I don't like. I don't think I've said this on this spot specifically, but Pat Connaughton, I can't. He's cardio, bro.
Okay, I feel it. But also another thing about Dante DiVincenzo that I feel like we'll be okay without is just because you got to remember at the beginning of the season, the Bucks did trade him off when we thought that we was going to get the one guy from Sacramento.
Bogdanovich. Don't even get me started, bro.
So at the same time, we kind of showed that he's good for us, but I feel like that him being traded kind of put that fire under him, which sparked
I would have said bye, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's what helped him play so great this season. But at the same time, with all the good things he's like attributed to our team, I definitely feel like we still definitely okay without him. We would have been better with him. But I think without him, I don't think it's a lot.
It's not that bad. Like, we're not that bad off. Like, if it was like Bryn got injured, or maybe like Middleton or Brooke got injured, then that changes a little more stuff for us. Yeah, but Dante, like, we got people like Noura off the bench. You got Jeff Teague. Like, we got so many bodies, bro. Like, I'm not that worried.
Yeah, I'm not that worried. But like I said, I definitely did like our chances with him. But without him, I don't think it's a bad thing, though.
Yeah. And then just a few more things about the Bucks, and then we'll move on to the next one. But like, Giannis playing off ball, playing phenomenal defense, realizing that I don't need to score 28, 30, 40 in order for us to win. Like, I got to get my teammates involved. I have to be a distraction off ball. He's working on that post fade consistently. Man's had a triple double in game 4 doing this thing. And then like Brook Lopez, like, I mentioned just a piece of it before, but him getting in the paint, that this man has barely attempted any threes, and it is music to my ears because he's doing what he's already doing in Brooklyn, and we still have space. Yeah, because he's still a threat from 3-point line, or you put him in a shooter's box, and you got to defend that, bro. You have to defend that. And so I've been telling people that even though we have Giannis, you can still put Brook in the paint because it still works, because that's how great Giannis and this team is on shooting and just spacing and everything. And Bud is good at spacing too. But
like I said, and I said it again, when you do your job correctly, it opened up opportunities for you. I think Brook, at one point, he depended on the shot a little too much than he needed to in past years. And I think it all goes back down to Eric Bledsoe. When you have a point guard who's scoring 12 on his best days rather than a point guard who's scoring 20 on the average day, those differentials in points, they take less pressure off people that's not contributing, because you got Giannis and you got Chris who got to do their thing. And the last, I feel like the only person that can score besides Eric is Brook. So I feel like it forced him to kind of depend on that shot just a little bit more. But now him being able to be comfortable in his own skin, playing the role that he needs to play, I think you definitely see the dynamic of the Bucks, especially in the starting lineup, get way better. And I think maybe, to me, I think Brook move a little bit better than he has in the past couple of years. He looks like he actually wants to play this year. So
He moving that big body finally,
yeah,
bro. He running the floor on fast breaks to get to the bucket instead of just spotting up at the three.
I know he's older, but man, I think this year is just, he looked like he wanted to play. So
man, I feel like this is like, even though teams ain't gonna believe us, people aren't gonna believe in us, right. But this is, I feel good about us potentially winning a chip this year. Like, I know it's gonna be a tough road, and I know we got a lot of stuff to do still. But tough. I mean, just read this. Just defensively, look at this. Jimmy Butler, the man, the myth, the legend from last year in the bubble, right, averaged 14, 7, and 7 this series. Right. Bam averaged 14, 7, and 4 this series. Okay. That's like, you could say that's an off day or whatever you want to say, but that was defense.
It was.
That was defense. I watched this game, and the defense that drew Giannis, Dante before he got injured, Brook just demolishing the paint, bro. Like, and it's because they got over the screens better on the threes, so they made it harder on their threes. And plus, we shot
something that they definitely depended on. Like, when you look at them last year, you got Tyler Hero and Tim Duncan. I mean, is that his name? Tim?
No, Duncan Robinson.
Duncan.
This man said Tim Duncan? That's the greatest power forward of all time, man. What you mean?
Duncan Robinson. My fault. That's on me. They was lighting our ass up.
Jay Crowder. My goodness.
Throwing that ass up. So for us to be able to defend that three a little bit better, man, it just took them. I feel like they came in low key with the same game plan that they came in last year in the bubble. I feel like they thought they can beat us twice with that. So, because really, when you look at it, nothing really changed. Same game plan, same style of play. Bullshit. So
for them, for us, we changed.
Yeah.
Like dang near everything. Like we used a lot, and they clearly cannot guard Giannis off ball. Yeah. Like barely can. And then Middleton was just, Middleton was just picking on everybody, bro. Everybody. I've never seen him make so many, like, just straight, like no rim, no backboard, just pure net, bro. Just swish. And I was just like, this is a new Middleton. Like, I'm just,
like I said, I've never seen him play in the playoffs like this. Like,
never, bro.
If this was probably his best series
definitely
he's had in the playoffs, like, by far.
Definitely.
So big shout out to him.
But it's if we end up facing the Nets, Bucks and 7. If we face the Celtics, Bucks and 4. But we're probably gonna face the Nets. But it's Bucks and 7, and then Bucks and 6 against Sixers if they make that far, and then Bucks and whatever against whoever makes it to the finals. All right, it's our year. All right, and I don't want to hear none of that. But yeah, moving on to the next game, to the next series. I see y'all see the Paul George jersey. I'm a Clippers fan. All right, like, I'm not a Clippers fan, but I'm a Paul George fan. All right, I've been a fan since the Pacers days. All right,
better days, right? Can you admit that the Pacers days was his better days?
He actually is more efficient and everything now. It's just that whenever he plays bad, people want to get on him. Whereas you see, like, how nobody's getting on Jimmy like that right now, or nobody's getting on Bam like that right now. You see, it's just the difference in, like, it's cool. We'll talk about that different time. But basically, the Clippers
have Kawhi Leonard, Rajon Rondo, Pat Beverly. You don't have all of them.
It's a mixture of different things with the Clippers. They don't have an identity. I think that's the main issue with them. Like, if they don't hit threes, it's like, what are you doing? Like, that's the issue with the Clippers for me. And they have a collection of good really good players.
Right.
But it's like, how do they exactly fit? And to me, like I said, if they're not hitting threes, I don't see how they fit together like that. Like they're just kind of out there getting buckets and playing singular defense.
Them, you can kind of see it. It's like the chemistry is so iffy between them, bro. Like
iffy, bro.
They might go on a run, and then they might go, and they offense is so damn slow. Like if it's not a fast break, the offense. So they kind of make. They one of them teams. It's like you watch them because all the names that they come with.
Yeah.
But it's like when you watch them play, it's like, damn, this game boring. Like,
yeah,
they might win, but it's like,
they just be running around. Like I've seen Paul George, Kawhi, and especially Paul George and Rondo. Kawhi does it sometimes too. Like they'll dribble, drive, but then they'll curl around the baseline, still looking for somebody. Then eventually just pass it out, and then somebody does the exact same thing over and over again. It's like it's AAU basketball or something. Like it's really like, hey, we got all these names of talents and stuff, but like game 3 where Paul George and Kawhi are rolling. Of course they're gonna win that game because those two are rolling. But if those two aren't rolling, like whereas you see the Bucks, if Giannis ain't rolling, or if Drew ain't rolling, or even Middleton ain't rolling, we got other people who can fill in and and get in the paint as well as shoot threes, as well as hit mid ranges. With the Clippers, they got those people, but the offense doesn't make it easier on their teammates to do that. Whereas the Bucks offense at this moment makes it easier for them to do stuff without their star players having to do everything.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I mean, I'm trying to think, man, like, because I don't really know how to give them a benefit of the doubt. Because I mean,
no. I'm like like I said, I'm a Paul George fan, and when he messes up, Like my only issue is just the fact that they don't give that same energy to so many people. It's like everybody wants to see him lose, and I hate that. Like I really do hate that. I understand it because people gonna be people, and like the trolling game that's just what it is now. Yeah, but you see, when he has a good game, nobody like says a dang word. But as soon as he misses like a few shots, it's over.
Expect out of him though. It's like, all right, Kawhi have great games, LeBron have great games, but if LeBron have a fucked up game, you're gonna hear about it a little bit more than you're gonna hear about him having a great game, because that's what you expect out of LeBron. That's LeBron. Paul George, for one, he come with a swagger, he come with a little mouth, he gonna talk, but at the same time, it's like, you got stars, cool, but like nobody choked as hard as Paul George did last playoffs. Be real. That's your guy. If that's your guy, let's be real. Nobody choked as hard as Kawhi choked last year in the playoffs. He brought that attention to himself.
Besides my Bucks, nobody choked as hard.
Then he go on the media and say, "It's this. I'm gonna be back next game." He had that good game, right back now, bro. So it's like, at the same time, you kind of got reasons for Paul George, bro. You kind of got reasons on why you like that with Paul. Excuse me, especially like I said, like he been with Kawhi. Ain't going on 3 years. He been with Kawhi.
This is second year. This is second year.
Second year.
This is the second year.
Second. Damn. Yeah, second.
I know it feels last year was a long year, bro. Yeah. Last year was a long year, man.
But it's no reason why the chemistry shouldn't be simple. Like low key, you have spurts where you see the simple chemistry out of them, but then you have times where it looks like everybody just got traded. Like, is everybody first day in LA? Everybody first day being the Clip. You feel me? So I don't know. Like I said, I thought the new coach in Tyronn Lue was gonna help, but I don't know. It just
in between, man. It really is in between. And then on top of that, like I don't think we appreciate the greatness of Luka as much as we should, because this man is ridiculous. This man is cooking everybody. Now he ain't cooking Paul George and Kawhi like as much as he's cooking Zubac and Pat Bev in them, but he's still cooking them. Like you could say he's cooking them a little less, but he's cooking everybody. Like I've never seen this, especially from no, what is he? Slovenian, bro? Like Slovenian or whatever, bro. This man is ridiculous. I have never seen an unathletic person like this just cook any and everybody. I have never seen anybody lock him down before. Like I've seen people lock down LeBron before, like when he, in like certain different cases and stuff like that. I ain't never seen anybody lock down Luka before.
People be locking down Luka. It's not necessarily a lockdown. He have nights when he ain't as good as others, so you do better. But Luka just got a way of slowing down his game and speeding it up. And then he also is very good at drawing fouls as well. So it's like sometimes with Luka, with him being as big, he's able to draw a lot of contact, able to get to that line. Sometimes you see him fly, sometimes you see him sail. But Luka he's one of them players that know how to play his role to the fullest. So I think with Luka, I don't think that people don't or we underappreciate him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's that fact. But I just think that sometimes, Luka, his game, like for instance, you were telling me like most time Luka, if he's going right, he's going to drive. If he's going left, he's going to shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's not the fact that
or is it right shoot and then left draw? I can't remember at the moment.
But you was telling me it's not the fact that we don't appreciate his game. It's just like we see the same thing over and over again. It get boring. So it's like, yeah, he's scoring a 40, but it's a boring 40 sometimes, or he's scoring a 20.
I wouldn't even say it's boring, but it's just like you said before, we expect it.
It's boring, bro. It's boring. Let's just be real with you.
Nah, bro. When I watched that Clippers game, 2 days ago, man, I was looking at it like,
Luka was doing.
I was like, this is ridiculous. Like he was just pure net on these threes, pure net, bro. It was. I'm like, I don't know if we can win this game. Like I was really like in my head, like, bro, we might get 3-0 right now. For real, because of one man. And then the craziest thing is with this Mavs team is the fact that they ain't even that good, bro. They hitting a lot of just deep threes right now, and that's not sustainable. And that's what happened in game 3. They couldn't hit their deep threes as much as they did in the other game.
You got it's decent. I mean, him and Porzingis,
they cool. Choking.
Yeah. Sometimes he do be choking. I mean, he cool and y'all got I forgot. Y'all got what's his name? Something Jr.
Tim Hardaway Jr. Mavs.
Tim Hardaway Jr. Y'all got Tim, and then y'all got Josh Richardson as well. So I mean, you got people that can come in and get buckets. I mean, scoring 14, 16 a game. So I mean, you have little people that add on to that to what Luka got, but he definitely leads the charge, though. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But it's not like he's just out there with a bunch of nobodies, though. Josh Richardson, we know him for his shot. Tim Hardaway, he's definitely a playmaker. He's a playmaking guard. We got Porzingis, he's a big who can drive, but he definitely can shoot, and we have seen him in a regular season spark. But I just think Luka, man, I mean, you talk about that game. Yeah, that game was exciting, but like most of the time when Luka playing, it's slow as a bitch. Like,
man, I don't know, man. To me, it's exciting, bro. To me, it's exciting.
We different.
Hey, man, I guess, bro. Like for me, like of course I love the glitz and glamour and stuff like that, but it's just something about Luka's game, bro. Like It's just like it's so LeBron-esque, but just so much more finesse to it. Like it's so much more like.
You think he got more finesse?
Technique to it. It's like so much more at a younger age. Because LeBron, when he was younger, he had technique and finesse, but we focused on his athleticism.
Right.
Luka does all that and more without athleticism. And it's crazy, bro.
I mean, he got a lot to offer, no doubt, in my mind when you say that. But I'll agree. I'll agree with you, Drew. I'm gonna let you have this. Like you said, we're gonna put a pin
in. Yeah. But Clippers play again today, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact time.
Next time the Bucks play, then we don't play again until like next week or something.
We gotta wait I don't know when we play. We gotta wait to see if the Celtics take them 6. Or something like that. But my Clippers hopefully can tie the series up today, tonight. I think it's gonna be sometime tonight. because it's West Coast.
Yep.
So hopefully that happens, and Paul George has another great game, as well as Kawhi, and Rondo is Rondo, and
Yeah.
hope he keeps doing Rondo.
He's
So,
all-
have you been keeping up with the Ja Morant series a little?
A little, just a little. I mean, low key on the low. I was hoping that they low key was gonna lose, just because I mean it's Utah, but
You wanted Utah to lose?
I kind of want Ja to lose. But Ja
Why
my
would you want
dog.
Ja to lose?
I don't even know, bro. I've been kind of questioning myself about that part. Like I usually would be with the underdogs for real, but I don't know. I just feel like Utah, they really, I think they're really a good unit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
like
they
a
are.
unit I would like want to see played like on in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because even if John Morant and them win this series, you know they damn near gonna lose the next one. Let's be real.
Jazz losing the next one. They going against Luka or they going against Paul George and Kawhi? I don't
Bro,
like their chances.
what? I would give Utah a better chance than I would give Memphis. Memphis getting smacked. Memphis getting smacked by
Memphis dogs, bro. Memphis is a bunch
Memphis
of
got a better
dogs, bro.
chance with the Mavs, true and all. But Memphis getting smacked by the Clips. Let's be real. Who got a better chance facing the Clips, Utah or Memphis? Let's be real here.
Okay, I have a bit of a weird taste for Utah because
Right.
they really remind me of like the Bucks the last 2 years, but like not as good.
Right.
Like not as much of a
Record
superstar.
wise, like as far as being like the best as far as the
Like
record.
just being a number one seed and like hitting a lot, relying on the three ball a lot, but at the same time not having really like enough like star power. You know, like just a good unit, really good unit. Definitely better unit overall than us. But let's say you replace Gobert with Giannis,
Right.
then that's a championship team.
Right.
Whereas, Gobert, he defends the paint at an excellent rate. But if Gobert had a freaking offense, if this man had offense, like elite offense, and that's what he really needs to work on because his defense is going to be great regardless. His wingspan is like 7'6" or something like that.
Right.
It's like if he just had a great offense, that team would be so much better. And I just don't like him for, and plus he can't guard one-on-one, so I don't like him for that either.
I mean,
D-Mitch can only do so much, bro.
Huh?
I said D-Mitch can only do so much.
Yeah, but you got Conley too. And then you got Royce. Then you got Ingles. I mean, bro, he's in. Then you got, bro, Jordan Clarkson, a dog. Real deal. Real deal.
The Kobe disciple.
Jordan Clarkson, something different, bro. Like, I was just watching the game. I'm like, bro, this man really got the green light on everything, for real.
Everything,
like,
bro.
Y'all, I'm like, bro, that man got the green light on everything.
This man be having so much like run on his like momentum on his jump shot. He'll shoot the three and land at like the free throw line, bro. Like, cause that's how much like momentum he has on his three ball, bro. It's
hit it though, and hit it. Flawless. What? So like, I think with Utah, this probably be one of the most developed teams that they probably gonna have. Like, because somebody getting traded this offseason, somebody getting released.
Got to. They need a superstar, bro. They need another star, bro.
So this is closest thing that they can get before having to max out that salary cap. So I would like to see them go a little bit farther than like Memphis, just because Memphis is gonna be the same Memphis next year and the year after that. They probably can add a star.
I don't know, bro. That boy Dylan Brooks is something different. I ain't gonna lie. If they keep his development going, it's raps.
Yeah, I was gonna say Memphis can add a star. They're gonna get better before they get worse. But with Utah, they're gonna get worse before they get better.
That's true. Because they got age on their side too. Joe Ingles is like 34, I think.
He be balling though.
He balling though.
He be balling. But I don't know, man. I think I would like to see them go a little bit farther, just because, like I said, I know it'll get worse for them before it get better. As far as like the offseason go, then you got D Mitchell, he ain't do for he just got a nice contract. Mm-hmm. But besides that, I don't think nobody inked up besides maybe Rudy Gobert.
As far as because he got a fat deal too.
Right. So you got Conley. I don't know what's gonna happen with him. Once again, you got Royce, and we got Enos.
Dang, you're right. They kind of are on the clock. They're on the clock a bit. I didn't even realize that.
It's gonna get worse before it get better with them. So I would like to see them go farther than the first round because like I said, Memphis is gonna probably be first round. I mean, Memphis is gonna be in the playoff for probably the next 5 years before.
No, longer than that. With John Morant, shoot, they're gonna be in the playoffs for a while.
Like a shaky Memphis again, like a shaky Memphis. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm telling you, Memphis gonna get somebody, bro. They got or they like just like the development of Jaren Jackson and John Morant. Like man scored 47 in a playoff game, bro. Like, come on now, bro. That's I mean, it wasn't a loss, but like that's a dog, bro. Like okay, that's a dog, bro.
I got a question for you. Who you think may be coming in the offseason will be a good fit for Memphis? Just because
a 3.
What 3? That's what I want you to ask you. What 3? Because I'm saying,
I mean, if they want to shoot for the stars, go for Kawhi, but he ain't coming there. Yeah. But shoot, Paul George would be great for them. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm talking about that's on contract. That's not gonna be on contract next year.
I'd have to look at the list of small fours. Oh, DeRozan would be great for them. He'd be great for them.
It's gonna be like another Spurs team.
No, it isn't, because you have Ja and you got Jaren Jackson Jr. and Valanciunas is really nice too, and you got Dylan Brooks. Then you just put DeRozan at the 3. That's nice, bro. That's a nice team, and they got Justice Winslow still waiting to come back.
What's going on with him?
Injured, injury prone as heck. But so he probably end up.
What about the bench then?
You said who?
The bench.
The bench? Memphis bench? You got, I mean, Kyle Anderson is starting right now. They got Grayson Allen. They got Trey Jones. I'm trying to think at the moment. Brandon Clark. They're a young team, bro. Like they got so much room for development, and then when you got a young team, but then they're dogs at the same time, you got something to grow with there, man.
So since we're speaking about the bench, when we gonna get to the Sun games? I don't want to jump to.
No, that was actually the Suns game was actually next because CP is hurt. Like, let's just kill it like it is. They have no chance without CP3. That's just no chance at all, and they're already an underdog regardless.
All right,
and then and just a few things, but the Lakers are too big and too experienced, and then on top of that, Aiden is the most consistent player in this series yet. It's just not enough, bro. Unless D Book goes off for 50, it's wraps, bro. Unless CP3 is healthy.
Fuck no. Listen, how much did the Lakers up 2-1, right?
Right.
How much did the Lakers win by? If I'm not mistaken, it was a good 10. 8 before, no, I think it was 6 before, the free throws at the end of the game type shit. That's what LA having their stars, and that's what Chris Paul only having 7 points in 20 minutes. Chris Paul averages about 16.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So I'm just saying, if you give another 10 points, that's just an average CP3. We're not talking about a playoff type CP3. He closing that deficit every time, just as he did in game 1. In game 2, they closed that deficit. Yes, they lost with a hurt CP, but I'm saying with a healthy CP, you talk about size, every time they still coming through.
That's why I said with a healthy CP3, they have
with a healthy CP, I think they would, me personally, they would be up 2-1 on Lakers, if not 3. Let's be real.
I ain't gonna say 3. I ain't gonna say 3.
I'm gonna give it to him.
I ain't gonna say 3. Bro.
I'm saying the Lakers is not beating them by a large enough deficit to say with Chris Paul, it don't matter.
But you have to remember that the Lakers, like especially LeBron and AD, especially not even AD, but LeBron is still like recovering. Like even though LeBron is great, but like at the same time, he's human and he's old. Like he's recovering still.
But he's still giving a dub though.
But that ain't bro. We seen Bron enough to know when Bron is 100%.
He's not, but Bron is not doing horrible enough to be like, wow, LeBron is.
I mean, it can only get better for them, though. That's all I'm saying.
That's what we say, but shit, I don't know. I don't think they have. You got Dennis Schroeder. He comes and he goes. You got Kuzma, who is just as good as shooting for the stars sometimes.
Please get that man out of here, bro.
you got AD, you got Bron. Off the bench, you got Caruso, and you got Taylor and Horton
Tucker, yeah.
Cool. Is it championship?
Yeah. When you have LeBron and AD, anything's a championship, bro. Anything, bro. It's like what the Nets have, bro. It's like when you have KD, Kyrie, Harden, bro. It's like, shoot, I got a chance.
Bogus, bro. Like that's bogus. If one of the stars get hot, it's enough to take on a regular NBA team, let alone three. So it's like, bro, with them, that's forget it. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Yeah. You got Harden, who's known for carrying. Harden can score 40 points whenever he want to wake up and score 40.
Exactly. So he wake up, brush his teeth, say, "Hey, I'm scoring 40 today."
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, I can't fight them on that. Now with LeBron and AD, you have seen games where they have been very great, and you've seen games where they were very inconsistent. You find games also when one does better than the other one. And I feel like as much as we say LeBron helped his teammates around him, I think Dennis Schroeder is not good off the ball.
Nope, not at all.
And with LeBron game, it forces him to be off the ball. But like if you look in the last game in the fourth quarter, when Dennis did have the ball, when LeBron did feed him the ball as a point guard that he was, he went scoring like 6 straight at one point with the and one.
So he's a rhythm player. He's a rhythm player.
Right, exactly. So I was going to get to that point saying he's not going to be able to catch that rhythm, especially when you have a playoff Bron with the ball in his hand.
Fine.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's like eventually you're going to throw this dynamic off of this team. Eventually it's going to get thrown off to make it like, because last year you had a Rondo. You know what I'm saying?
And Rondo don't need the ball, but he can get the ball at the same time.
Right. And you got a Rondo who's trustworthy. They got to trust Rondo. Rondo going to make that. Dennis Schroeder, he's trustworthy. Yeah, kind of, sort of. I'll trust you. But I don't think that I'll trust you in the playoff game, though. Rondo, we seen how playoff Rondo get down. Rondo didn't won that chip before. He been there. You know what I'm saying?
His sense of urgency in that Clippers game the other night was crazy.
You feel me? Crazy. So, and then I had even seen some stuff on Instagram that was like Rondo calling out the Mavs plays.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why they just running Luka. They just running Luka.
You feel me? So, I mean, you got somebody like Rondo who got that. So, I mean, last year, that's how that dynamic was so strong to me personally. But they didn't really lose no big players in the offseason as far that was more significant than Rondo to me. So I'm saying, like, you brought in Dennis Schroeder, but like I said before, and like you said, a random player, Rondo can turn on and turn off as he pleases. And the thing about Rondo is if he's not on as far as the scoring, his passing will always be there. He always going to give you a dime. Dennis Schroeder, can you say the same? He can give you the simple assist, but as far as playmaking, I don't think Dennis Schroeder is truly a playmaker to me. I don't see an offense being ran through Dennis Schroeder anywhere else besides Atlanta and here. But you put Dennis Schroeder on any type of roster, I can never in a million years say, I would think they would run the offense around Jeff Teague like they once did before they put down Dennis Schroeder in that starting lineup.
I think Dennis Schroeder is better than Jeff Teague.
Bro,
right?
Scoring wise, I think he is better than Jeff Teague now. But I would say back when they was both with Atlanta, hell no.
That's funny. That's funny.
He was good. So yeah, like I was saying, bro, like I think eventually it's gonna get shifted. That dynamic gonna get shifted, bro. It's somewhere just because, like you said, right now we're getting Bron, but eventually we're gonna get that playoff Bron that's trying to turn up and want to shoot. 20
We'll,
shots
we'll
a game.
see. I think as Bron's getting older, like I'm not a Bron fan in the slightest. I can't stand
Right.
Bron sexuals, but
Bron's
like I just I feel like he's getting old and he understands that he has to defer a bit more
right.
in certain situations, and we'll
Right.
see how that unfolds as this series goes by. But one last playoff series is this is actually my favorite playoff series of the
Yeah.
first round: Hawks versus Knicks. This is a crazy series. I love
Yeah.
it. I
Bro,
love it. I really do
it's,
love it. And it's please go 7 games. Like if it could, I would love it for it to go 7 games.
I think
I
it
love
can.
the trash talk. Trey Young talking all that mess, and
Mhm.
he's backing it up, telling him to meet him in the A, and then he beat him in the A. Come on now. I need more of it because the league is getting soft, and I love this trash talk stuff.
I mean, bro,
And
they this all I'm gonna say. This all I'm gonna say is if you look at the roster, Atlanta probably has the better roster.
not probably. They have the better roster.
The
They do.
starting five, though, no, I take that back. Atlanta has the better roster. New York has the better chemistry to me. Like New York chemistry is the reason why they're in the predicament that they're in now.
That's true. That's true.
Now,
Okay, that's true.
now I'm gonna tell you this point here. They're losing by 10. Julius Randle is going 2 for 12. They're losing by 7. Julius Randle is going 4 for 16.
That's true.
Most improved player, and you seem like you the player that need most improvement. You feel me? You won the award, and he seemed like he did
That's
everything.
because Nate McMillan put the clamps on him.
You feel me? And it's like, bro, this man, literally, I think that was game one. I seen this man go miss 5 shots in this time like a clutch. I think this is when Rose hit that clutch floater at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen him come down and shoot a 3, hit number back. And I'm like, bro, what in your mind made you feel like you was able to shoot this 3? After you went about 4 for 16, I believe he ended the game with, you know? So I think right now they need to focus on, because once again, this is a team that's losing in small deficits. And we seen Julius Randle turn up, you know, something that's foreign to us. We seen like he can do it every night. So I think if we can, if New York can get something consistent, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's the award. I don't know what it is, but he been balling different. If New York can get something that goes around Julius Randle that can get him back to scoring 18 a game, 30 a game. I'm talking about he went regular season getting him. He went out of I think a 10 game streak. He scored 33 times or something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if they can get him to scoring a dub, they beating Atlanta.
It's just too hard for them to create offense when Julius Randle makes a lot of tough shots,
Yeah.
and people who shoot a lot of tough shots in the playoffs usually end up flaming out because it's the defense gets harder, the game gets slower, and like the Knicks are really good. Like they're like they play really good defense, but they're lost on offense, it seems like. And like RJ and Randall, like you said, like especially Randall needs to pick it
RJ,
up. RJ Barrett needs to pick it up as well. D Rose balling his butt off, best player for the Knicks this whole series.
right.
They're like one star piece away from being a potential contender.
I
And I feel
feel
like,
like they
yeah.
look for that in Obi Toppin. When they grabbed him, I definitely thought he was probably going to be in that starting rotation. He wasn't nowhere near as good as I
I'm
thought he was.
surprised he's getting minutes right now.
You know what I'm saying? All I didn't see him do this series is shoot a good 3 and have a decent putback. That's 5 points. I mean, I need you to come back with a little something more. But to hit on RJ, bro, RJ is, I don't know, bro. Like regular season RJ won all that. Playoff RJ really ain't to be impressed. RJ just ain't impressing me right now, bro. Period. On no level. So I feel like for them to be losing by these small deficits and Trey Young doing this and Trey Young saying this, I mean, you got to give Trey Young his props, but at the same time, I feel like he definitely shivering in his boots, because if you can get RJ scoring his regular 18, you can get Randall scoring his regular 25, they winning straight up.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I feel
Yeah.
like it would because you can't just automatically put the points there and then like they do their thing and they win, because I feel like it's gonna be somebody else for Atlanta is gonna step up. Somebody else for I feel like there's always like a balance out with that type of stuff. Because these are really evenly matched teams. Like this is really evenly matched.
Yeah, but besides John Collins, who gonna step up? Lou
Bogdanovich, that man is a beast. They got Gallinari too. Lou Will, they're deep, bro.
Lou Will is
he a little more wishy-washy now, but still.
Cool.
But still, I know he ain't the same Lou Will, but he's good to go off for 20 every now and then, bro.
I'm just trying to make sure we got the same Lou Will that we talking about. Cause you said they're deep, including Lou Will. I'm like,
Lou Will can still get a bucket, bro.
Yeah, Lou Will can still get a bucket, but I wouldn't include Lou Will in my star conversation. I would make him like a Derrick Rose from probably 2 years ago. That's the stage of career he's in. You know what I'm saying? Like he can get a bucket, but like he ain't.
At what cost type shit?
Right, exactly. There we go.
Hell no.
So like, yeah, that's where I'm at with it, man. I mean, Lou cool though, but nah, he ain't with the stars, bro. Not.
Well, you know what? Either way, I think NBA playoff basketball is back, and I love seeing the fans, except for when they're wilding. But I love seeing the fans. I love everything that's going on right now. It's definitely gonna be, man. I can't wait for the second round because that's when it's really gonna go down. Because potential matchups here, like just putting it out there. I ain't gonna say these teams gonna win, but you got Bucks, Nets, potentially. Sixers versus probably Hawks. I have Hawks winning in 6, by the way. That's my prediction. Oh, maybe I should tell y'all what the heck my predictions are for this first round. But I'll say that afterwards. I feel like it's either going to be, I don't know what's going to happen, Mavs versus what's the name, but it's most likely Mavs Jazz or Clippers Jazz. And then you also have Lakers versus, because it's probably going to be Lakers. Lakers are probably going to pull out this series. I'm just going to be honest here. Although I want the Suns to win. But it's probably going to be Lakers versus Portland or Nuggets. I feel like Portland's going to win that series, by the way. Hopefully Clippers can win their series. And yeah. So yeah. But yeah. You got any other like weird hot takes before we end this episode off and everything?
Man, no weird hot takes, man. I was going to listen to your predictions and see how well, you've been betting your odds, because
I'll read them all, because I did a pool with my family.
Yeah, I know you. I know. I seen Joe. He had the little thing for it.
Oh, when we was at the park the other day. Yeah. So I had Sixers and 5. They probably about to sweep. I had Nets and 5.
Okay.
I had Bucks and 6. I thought no. I changed it to 5. I changed it to Bucks and 5. Because I was like, I see a reply on here. I was like, what did I do? I was like, okay, it's Bucks and 5, and then I have Hawks and 6.
Okay.
I have Jazz and 7. I had Lakers and 7, Blazers and 7, and this is the one I just got wrong. Clippers and 5, because they lost the first 2. I didn't know they were going to lose the first 2 games at home, but we can still come back and win in 7. And we got to take what we can get. But yeah, those are all my predictions.
I mean, I would say you it's pretty good. I mean, I think you said Memphis. You said Memphis in 7.
No. I got Jazz in 7. Jazz in 7.
I don't think it's gonna go that far.
So I'm gonna go 6.
Yeah, I'll say 6. 7. Jeez, you giving the Jazz a little. I mean, you giving the Grizzlies a little too much.
I'm telling you, that boy John Moran is a dog, man. He's a dog.
Ja dog, no doubt. Like Ja dog for sure, but I don't think he have enough around him to compete continuously with that Jazz team. That Jazz team pretty stacked on the starting 5.
Especially when they hit threes.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and for them to be, what's the record between them right now? I think Memphis is up 1, right?
Jazz are up 1, but also I wanted the Jazz actually averaged like 16.7 threes made like in the regular season. I think they're around that mark right now in the series, and it's like, bro, what are you supposed to do when niggas hitting 17 threes a game? Like, how do you even? That's ridiculous, bro.
All they needed was Donovan Mitchell back, bro. It just added that That dynamic
Just
that
imagine
they
they had one more star, bro. Like one more, like legit star, bro. I don't count Conley, bro.
who was the one more star? What, you don't count Conley?
No, bro. I'm saying like you said before though. Like, what if they trade like Joe Ingles, Bogdanovich, or like Royce O'Neal and some other people for like a star, like a star.
For one, I'm trying to figure out who would even fit in that system besides the people that they have.
You gotta wait till, bro. You know what happens in free agency. Nobody thought Paul George was gonna get traded from the Thunder, bro. Nobody thought, or that he was gonna get traded from the Pacers. Ain't nobody thought that Kawhi was gonna end up leaving the Spurs. Like, things happen. James Harden left the Rockets. Like, things happen, bro.
Look, I'm not saying that nobody will leave, but when Paul George went to OKC, he ain't fitting the chemistry as good as he thought he would have.
No, they did fit the chemistry. They just, I don't know what happened. OKC, I was pissed though. I'll say you that much.
I like that year that they had him, Russ and Carmelo. I like that. I like that year. I mean, did they do shit?
They couldn't get the offense right. They just couldn't get the offense.
Yeah, but I enjoyed just watching them just because it was a shit show sometimes. But I mean, it was just, I don't know. It was just nice to have. So
yeah, definitely was. It definitely was interesting. I'll say that. And then they tried to blackball Carmelo, and then now he's balling on the Trailblazers. All he needed was a good offensive system for him. Sure. But yeah, man. But yeah, I think that's about it for this episode. I got some other stuff, but I think I'll save it for a different time for now. This episode is already running about hour 30. It's 4:25 a.m. in the good old Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. So yeah. But you got any shout outs or anything that you want to do before we head out and everything?
Nah, man, Drew, I just want to say big shout out to you once again, man, because I definitely needed the experience here, even though, it's pretty late. But, like I told you, I'm going to pull it through for you, so I pull it through. So, I want to say big shout out to you for that. And I just hope the podcast keep doing numbers, bro. Anytime you do it, man, I'm always down.
Appreciate it, bro. I'm just doing stuff. I'm just trying to get back on the schedule, trying to get these once a week videos out for everybody, man. Like, just being honest with the audience, bro. Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. I gotta get this stuff done, whether I got guests or not. I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah. Thanks to everybody who stuck around to this far in the episode. Like, you're the real troopers. Like, you're the A1 since day one. Oh my gosh. Like, for real, man. Like, y'all the ones, man. So yeah, stay peaceful, stay positive, stay right. Get some sleep. I know for a fact I'm finna get some sleep. I got some stuff to do when I get up. But yeah, y'all be easy. Watch NBA playoff basketball, even if you're not a basketball fan, because it can be fun. You know what I'm saying? Go argue with your friends, go play outside, go do all that fun stuff. And this is Juelz, and I'm signing off. Peace.
Yes, sir.